All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times.
On the fence. I'm on the fence.
We don't need to talk about that.
We went left hook from Yaoundé came and landed on him, you know, so
we apologize to our most loyal subscribers because we should have unlocked an epic 291 review show to go with that card. Let's be honest.
Yes.
Gents, over to you, because I was trying to get it in that next day, and you know, there was commitments, there was responsibility, there was all sorts going on. Let's be honest.
It's true. Big Man was here, there, and everywhere. But hey, what a card to miss doing a reaction video for, my word. Like,
Honestly.
it was just fireworks all over.
Honestly, and let's just be honest, like Sterling versus O'Malley, UFC 292, that has got a lot to kind of follow in terms of being the next numbered card after that. Because I'm still feeling like spider tingly from that 291 card. That card for me was exquisite.
Yes.
Chef's kiss. Absolutely marvelous, I must say. Honestly. And wow, let's just talk about very quickly. We just have to brush over it very quickly. Main event, because to be honest, the prelims absolutely represented, but we'll just quickly scale over that main event at 291. Justin Gaethje, BMF, head kick. What was your reaction? And did you know? Unfortunately, we didn't get our picks in. Did we get our picks in for that?
No, I didn't get mine in. Nah.
No, we didn't.
We did not. You know, it's all good me saying that I had Justin.
No,
No, you didn't.
my picks for the main event were all spot on. I'm telling you.
Be quiet. Right. Marley, be quiet. You can never say you had Justin because we know your disdain for Dustin. APL, back me up. Back me up.
Exactly.
So you know what? So that doesn't make sense. So obviously my disdain for Dustin, that means I already got Justin down.
You're telling me you got all those right. The outcomes of those main cards, you got them right.
Maybe the Yan Pereira one. Maybe I would have been sitting on the fence. Maybe I would have gone for Yan. Maybe, but yeah, I would have got clean sweep. Me.
But you know why I think you would have gone Dustin? Because I think you would have done. Oh, Dustin's gonna upset me and do like a Jedi mind trick on me. Like you pretend you don't like him, but every time he messes you up. So you would have thought, oh, this time I'm not gonna sleep on Dustin. I'm going with Dustin. He's the one. He's one up. He's gonna end the series 2-0 up. I'm already visioning this. That's what I'm hearing. And now you're lying. You're lying because you can. Because you didn't get the picks in.
Nah,
I read the script. I read the script. You would have picked Dustin.
You guys are crazy. Don't be doing me out like that. I'm lying.
It's like that meme. It's like that. It's like that meme. Why you always lying?
Nah, you guys are silly. After I slept on Justin at UFC London under the Kamaru undercard. The Kamaru card, no chance. I'm telling you, I've probably got receipts. That I've sent to somebody that he's gonna win. So I'll pull the receipt. I'll send you the receipts. But yeah, that's the one I would have got right.
Have you seen that Mbappe meme when he's on the plane? He's like, you're just yapping. Anyways, the night was first of all, it was a splendid night of fabulous violence. Obviously, those who watch the boxing, they know what we're talking about. But for this, with the main one, hand on heart, if I'm being truthful, I would have gone for Dustin. Hand on heart, I would have gone only because of the way the first one went. And I was like, well, and who would have seen a head kick coming from Gaethje? Like,
mate, I appreciate that's an honest thing right there. Unlike that other one, I appreciate your honesty there.
Now, for real though, but then when I look back at it, right, you know this habit that Dustin has of like pulling up his shorts.
Yeah.
What like when I was watching back, I was like, why does he do that? Like, obviously, that left an opening. Yes, he had his hand up still, and he still caught him. Yes, but like that habit he has of pulling up his shorts and getting into his stance, I think is what gave Justin the opportunity to throw it. Otherwise, I don't think he would have even considered it had his guard been up. I don't think so.
But you know what?
Split second.
Yeah. Do you know what though? I love that because there's some memes in the build up to the fight where you know, if you had a computer, I know there's a UFC computer game, but if you had like a computer game that was to a big scale that everybody played, that's the move everybody would want as a move, like the Dustin short pull. It's true. The pole tan, the arrow, the Conor McGregor walk. There's certain little things that you would want as a move, like XX 0 square triangle, and just keep on doing it at random times. It is a move, even though it's a move that does nothing in terms of a fight. It's just a move you'd want to pull off. It's just famous. Agree with you there. I saw a post interview, and actually, a journalist asked a great question. I don't know I think it was after the fight, and he actually said it's something he never knew he had, but it's a nervous twitch. He does it because he's nervous, and I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. He said he doesn't know he's doing it. He said he must just be a nervous twitch that when he's in the ring and he's feeling the nerves, that's what he does. It's not like his cup's too tight or anything technical like that. It's literally just a twitch. I was like, that's okay. That was really interesting to hear.
Now, but some fighters twitch annoy me. Like Floyd used to do, like, you know, when Floyd would be on the defense, he used to like tap his forehead sometimes.
Yes.
Like it's just things that fighters do, I guess. But for him, unfortunately, he just came at the wrong time, literally. Like, so. Yeah, but good finish.
I don't think that's any.
I had Justin taking it, and I would have based my pick on the fact that I saw him beat Fiziev in London, and he was so impressive. Remember, he tore Fiziev apart. And I didn't have him winning by a knockout, but I thought he was going to do that to Dustin. I think because before that, and you see his in terms of fights up to that Fiziev fight, slow. He's still got the speed, but he's slowing down in terms of that calculated violence. And when he presses the on button, instead of just being chaos, he's not chaos anymore. And when I saw what he did against Fiziev live, I was like, wow, like he's going to be a problem for anyone. And I thought it was going to end up with Dustin being in a very bloody mess, and Gaethje just like not. I didn't see the KO, but I did see him like dominating. I thought that there'd be a lot of leg kicks like there was in the first fight, because if you remember, he did very well with the leg kicks in the first fight, and I thought that was going to be the equalizer. I thought he was going to take the W on points, but unanimous, not even tight. So I was super surprised at how he ended it, and the fact that he said that wasn't drilled. It wasn't something. It wasn't even in the game plan. It just happened.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Sorry, Marty. Go on.
No, I was just going to say that I didn't think actually the tick or the twitch had anything to do with him, because he did get his hand up there, and it was good defense. It was not perfect defense, but that's what you would have put textbook defense. But the kick was just so powerful and just perfectly timed. There was nothing he could do about it, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he landed on him because his hand was low. It wasn't, like you said, he put it up. But it's that split second of trying to get hands from where you are to up to guard from here to there. Is, you know, the distance is big.
Yeah.
But yeah, nonetheless, the kick landed at the right time. Yeah, and like Gaethje said, like it wasn't a planned thing.
Yeah.
So that proves that he must have seen something, you know. I don't know. Maybe not, but yeah.
And we always have to remember, like, as much as well drilled as these athletes are, when you're in there as a fighter, sometimes it's just instincts. Sometimes you just need to rely on your gut and your instincts, not necessarily, because the more actually you think about a game plan, the more actually you will shell up as a fighter, because you're thinking A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. Sometimes it's not about the fundamentals. Sometimes the best knockouts are the ones where a fighter has just decided to try out a move in the moment, and they're the ones that we talk about for the longest time. But on that, do you know what? I'm going to skip. I know I should be going on the order, but it just seems a seamless link. Derek Lewis.
His balls were hot.
It's funny, man. Now, but on that though, on a serious note though, we're laughing, yeah. But who's the guy he KO'd again? What's his name?
Marcos Rodrigo de Lima.
Bro, his teeth is still, like he said, his teeth is still loose.
Yeah, man. He's still on liquid diet. You can't eat solids.
No way.
That's crazy, man. Like honestly, that's crazy. Like he said, all his mouth, like you can't eat anything solid.
That's, do you know what? That's what Derek Lewis needed. He needed that sort of momentum, that sort of KO. It was nasty. How
Oh,
can
and
big man like that move like that?
honestly, moves like Jagger. He was like, honestly, like he was like Jorge versus what's his face, Asquin, all over again, but a heavyweight doing it. A heavyweight doing that move.
The force. Oh gosh.
It was madness. Even what's his name, Holland, Kevin Holland, when he was doing his post-fight press conference, everybody reacted just like, was that Derek? He had to get off. He had to get up and walk around and watch it with all the press and stuff. He was, he was proper on it like that.
It was emphatic. It was emphatic, and like you say, he needed that. He needed something. Like he could have won by decision, but it maybe would have gone under the radar. He needed something to like. He needed a highlight reel basically, and he got it. So fair play to him, man.
Yeah, and the exact quote from Delima was, "My tooth are all loose. I can't eat properly still. It's a hard moment," and that's from just a few days ago.
You couldn't pay me enough to receive one of them. You could not.
It went from Derek Lewis, you know.
I'll still be in coma.
You know,
that's if God had blessed me. I'll still be in coma.
but like, everything he did after was like, I forgot how happy I am to see Derek Lewis when he's happy, because he's been on a bit of a skid. But I thought, oh my gosh, and you're talking about, well, obviously we'll get around to talking about characters and personalities, but when this guy's winning, when this guy gets on the mic, when this guy's happy, he is a personality. He is hilarious. Post-fight in the ring, post-fight interview, I was in stitches the whole time. I was delighted to see this guy, because he's been on the skid. It was the last fight on his contract, so he's effectively fighting for his career and a potential to have at least a talk of an extension. It's nuts. He was ranked number 10 going into that fighting against 15. And yeah, it just like everything was stacked up against him. And for him to do that with all the chips, everything at stake for him, I thought, wow. Like, that's how you know, sometimes you have to get to that point where I just don't care anymore, where you see somebody's real talent and natural shine come through. And I think we saw it then. Even on the scales, mate, this guy weighed 265, like literally won the limit. Dude had abs. Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Dude looked in the best shape I've ever seen him in. Even when he fought for the title those couple of times, he looked incredible.
Massively.
How tall is Derek Lewis? 6 what?
I want to say 6'3".
Yeah, I want to say
that's just instantly. But
yeah, because like you say, he looked in really good shape. I mean, the proof is in the pudding in the way he finished him. I don't think an out of shape Derek Lewis even jumps that high, you know. So yeah, man, he came in hot.
I think he was saying that was one of the times that actually he wasn't injured. I think the last fights he was saying that he's coming with injuries, sort of thing. He hasn't been 100% fit, so that's what he's like fit. Long may it continue.
Yeah, give that man a contract, man.
You got performance of the night as well. Joint with Gaethje. I've just seen that on the site. Oh my gosh, mate, there were a lot of performance of the nights. Actually, there were a total of 4 performance of the nights winners.
Woo.
That is
generous for once.
And then, did you hear the line where he was like, obviously my balls are hot. You know, when I get home, I'm gonna bust my wife's guts.
He's an idiot, you know. He said on live TV, you know. Said on live TV.
Well, I think he's deflecting then, because I think in the build-up during the week there were some questions about Ronda Rousey, I think, and he got a little bit too excited. He's like, "Oh, what was coming back?" He got a bit too obviously excited that Ronda might be coming back. So I think he's making up to the wife by telling her, "Yeah, I'm coming home." I was just a little bit frustrated. It's been a while.
Oh man, what a character!
Absolute character. Very quickly, obviously. What's that?
You need him, man. You need him in the roster.
But you know, he could be going to PFL. They give him that big money for a Francis Ngannou fight. He could take that, go off. Because Francis Ngannou's opponents, aren't they? Guaranteed a minimum $1 million? Isn't that the case?
Yeah.
$1 million?
Yeah, I think it was $2 million. So, but that's the thing. Like, does anybody want to see that fight again? Obviously, they're 2 different fighters now, and I think it would look different. But PFL are going to have a hard time, I think, promoting that fight.
I don't think so. Especially off the back of what he's just done. Like, to do that now, his negotiation position, I think, is in a great position. Obviously, he was coming off a loss; it'd be different. But he is now, like, obviously, his personality is shining through again. He's just done well. You know, we knew he was a knockout killer. He's got the record for knockouts. He's just done it again. You know, when he was considered to be done and down on the slide. He's done it with all that pressure. Like I said, I think UFC are gonna have to pay him nice. And I know I don't believe he wants to leave. I think he's even stated, "I'm happy here with the organization and stuff." But let's be honest, money talks. And if they're offering him Francis, he doesn't have to say bye to the UFC forever. He takes that one fight, makes 2 million, and then if he wants to go back to the UFC, he can.
Nah, Dana won't allow it, man. I don't think so. Dana's ego won't allow that. I don't think so.
Yeah, but I think if you do it at the end of the day, if you do it in a good way, like Nate's, even what's his face? Is it Nate Diaz? Who, I won't get into the clown boxing or whatever, but even he's saying that he's going back to the UFC. He's confident. So I think if certain fighters have a relationship with Dana on that level, I think they can do what they want. It's only when you're trying to make more moves than money, like Francis was. He was trying to create almost like a union and change, and you're going up against the beast and institution that is UFC and Endeavor and more, then I think it becomes difficult. But if you're doing like the Diaz brothers do, like Conor has done, people do leave and come back. We can't just say Dana's ego.
But not to PFL. It's different environment now, not to PFL, with PFL potentially soon to be announcing the merger with Bellator as well. And that would challenge UFC in terms of the dominance. Obviously, UFC will still be number one, but yeah, I think Dana wouldn't have any of that.
We'll see.
Indeed.
And then Poltan.
Fair play to him.
We'll get straight into the finish. That final round. I saw on some of the comments robbery, and I think Jan even came out and said robbery. I was like, what robbery? What bank got robbed? Was it NatWest? Was it Barclays? Was it Apple National? Was it Chase? I didn't see any banks getting robbed. What were your thoughts on that narrative at the end of the fight?
I mean, I can see where people are coming from. It was 1-1 going into that last round.
100%, yeah.
So it was whether or not Jan did enough, but I think Alex clearly won that round. I think it was a bit close, but it wasn't that close at all, really and truly. But Jan obviously thought that he did enough to secure it, but he didn't. He got hit. He got beat up in that last round. He got hit too many times for me. He wasn't able to keep Alex down. I think he tried one takedown, and I think Alex managed to stay on his feet. So no, it was a Pereira. It was a Pereira win for me.
Yeah, same. I don't. We need to relax with this whole robbery stuff, because you can't pull that card out every time. Yeah, nah, I don't see it. I really don't see it. And plus, it makes me happy because it just makes Izzy's win over him even greater, to be honest. So that and I don't know. Will they do it again at that weight class? I don't know. I think the light heavyweight division is in the dumps at the moment, but yeah, it is. It is what it is. But no, it wasn't a robbery. Not a chance.
No, I agree, and I think obviously Jan got the takedown with 40 seconds to go left of round 3. Did nothing with it. Just had him down, kept him down. Didn't do it. Made no damage. Not one blow was landed. I was like, come on, mate. I agree completely with both of you. Where up round 1-1 going into that round, understand that. I think Poltan looked very good. I thought Jan was gassed after 1. His mouth was wide open. He did not acclimatise. He looked knackered, and I think even watching the build up to the week, I don't think he got there early enough. A lot of the fighters were there 2.5, 3 weeks before because of the altitude, Salt Lake City. Obviously, the narrative around Leon Edwards when he was there, and yes, he did the head kick, but was it? Yeah, it was head kick. But oh my gosh, sorry, going back again. How disrespectful was it for them to put on the big screen with Basman in the front row, the side-by-side head kicks of Justin?
Nice.
I thought that was disrespectful.
It's mad. He's there in the crowd. He's there front row as well.
I thought they were taking the mick.
Yeah.
Dude is there with his family, having a great time. His boy's having a fantastic moment. He's ecstatic. He's even crying. He's so gassed. He's the most gassed there. And then they put that on 30 seconds later.
No respect.
Yeah, if I'm Kamara, it's just one of those ones, isn't it? You just eat it and that's it.
He did eat it.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. it's one of those things like you can't take it back. Look, we're in the social media era, man. You can't. It's a Kodak moment. It is what it is.
It's true.
He's got his own with Masvidal. So
yeah, that's true.
But yeah, poll time, we all agreed there. Tony Ferguson, oh gosh, Bobby Green again got a performance of the night. That was a submission, wasn't it? Was it a Darce chop? Oof.
Fair play.
By the way, somebody needs to call it a day, you know, on that one.
He's 100% still living off that 12-fight win streak. Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
We need to call it a day, bro. At what point do you say enough?
Six defeats in a row now.
Yeah, people are being chopped for much less. People have been chopped for half of that, if not even a
100%,
third.
yes. When you watch, what's it, the Ultimate Fighter now, these fighters are like 2 and 3 and they're out. Yeah. 2 wins and 3 defeats and they've kicked out the UFC.
Yeah.
Facts. So yeah, 100% with that point.
It's not 2018, 17 again, man. Like he just needs to go. Honestly, but then also, like, I think you can revive this. There's options now. Like, yes, you can't just walk into PFL and ask or demand whatever you want. To be honest, do I ever want him to fight? I don't even think I want him to fight.
He'll get slept. Trust me, he'll get slept by PFL bunnies, I'm telling you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even think, like, for his own safety and stuff. Like,
but the thing is, I think you're being too kind, because I think there are certain psychotic fighters, and as I say that with complete respect, where you think it should be done. He won't even go PFL. I can imagine him and the likes of Dan Hooker, once the UFC career is done, they're going bare knuckle. Let's be honest. They're nutters. They're going bare knuckle.
That one, you see those type of moves, right? Leave that for Mike Perry and them guys over there. Them ones. Yeah, because like you need to keep it clean. Do you know what I mean? Like Ben, I don't know what you guys think about bare knuckle fighting. I mean, I'm not a big fan of bare knuckle fighting personally.
I'm not either.
I can't watch it. I think it's too much. I just think it's too much. I just think, come on, like, it's basically Fight Club. Let's be honest. If you've ever seen the Fight Club movie, this is now, that was underground violence. That was underground for a reason, because there were no rules and the risks involved. Now that's televised. Like, that's nuts. That's actually, I can't comprehend it. I can't ever imagine sitting down and watching a bare knuckle card. Like, that's bone on bone. Like, literally. Oh.
Have you seen what they look like when the fights are finished?
Yeah, even the women. Oh,
the hands, like, if you can show you the hands, is like, nah, man. So I think personally, if you're like would you class him as a legend? Maybe not. Maybe he just falls a bit short, having not been champion and stuff. But if you're close to be,
he'll be Hall of Fame.
Hero.
He'll be Hall of Fame.
He'll be Hall of Fame. Yeah, he'll be Hall of Fame. But has he got legendary status on the streets? I don't know. It depends how much you rate that 12-fight winning streak. But if you're at least if you're in the conversation, don't go to stuff like that. Just bow out in a respectful way. I don't know. Go be a coach or something.
Mm.
And then we'll just wrap up quickly with this quick wrap up. Coach Kevin Holland looked mighty impressive against Michael Chiesa. Like, looked incredible. Also one performance of the night, by the way, with that submission win.
Yeah, that is sick. That is sick. And that was down. He went down a weight class for that, or back. I think he went to.
He went down to welterweight.
Yeah. And he looked good. Obviously, Chiesa coming back from injuries and whatnot, but yeah, Holland looks fast. He looks just strong, and yeah, he just grabbed onto that neck when he got the chance. And I think they were saying that Chiesa was susceptible to like Darce's. And yeah, he just got danced out by Holland. I don't want Holland to move back up to middleweight though. I don't. I want him to stay at welterweight.
I agree, but like he's adamant he's going out, because he even said, "Oh, I want to smoke, I want to have sex, I want to have a good time. I'm going back to middleweight." I think he looks amazing at welterweight. I think he's the levers he has, the length he's got. He could be a force to be reckoned with. I completely agree. I don't know why he would go back up to middleweight. Look what Hamzat did to him. Has he forgotten?
Exactly. And he's out there saying that he would. Oh no, he'd fight Shavkat, but no, Shavkat's middleweight, isn't it? No, Shavkat's welterweight.
Shavkat's welterweight.
Yeah. Okay. Ignore me.
Yeah, but yeah, he should stay. But he's one of those fighters that it's going to sound a bit rude, but it's not meant to be. But he's one of those where he's there to make up numbers, type of thing. Do you know what I mean?
No, I think he's there for a good time, not a long time. His words, exactly. Probably, and he thinks, again, I don't think he's one of those fighters who has, even Michael Chiesa, respectfully, he still thinks he can get to the top and become a champion. That for me is just a fighter who's making up the numbers, and it's very delusional. Kevin Holland, on the other hand, he's there. He just wants to get the money, buy. I think he likes those cars that bounce up and down, the low riders, whatever they're called. Buy some chains, buy some houses, and I think his aspiration, to be honest, and I think he said it, is BMF. He wants the BMF belt.
That's fair enough then. Then yeah, I mean that's fair enough. As long as I'm not hearing champ talk and stuff like that.
No, he's not talking like that. That's Michael Chiesa, mate.
But that's the thing. I think he has the skills. But man's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, like just like that. If he gets his wrestling on point, I think he can be in that title contention. I do, and I think fighters with his level of skill need to be pushing themselves. And I think he could be a wasted talent if he doesn't push himself to the upper echelon. I know what you're talking about in terms of some fighters that actually, maybe even at their best, they haven't got it. But no, I think Holland is a fighter that actually, with a push, with focus, with right matches, don't be going up and down just fighting for money, with the right strategic game plan. I think he could be welterweight title contention. But
still young. He's still only 30, by the way.
It's true. It's true.
He's in his prime right now. So effectively, I agree with you. If he suddenly decided in the next year or two, I'm going to take this seriously now. I'm going to stay at welterweight and I'm going to be dedicated and, forget all the other stuff outside the ring and being a big personality and being a superhero in the streets.
Vigilante.
and just focused on, fighting. I genuinely think, again, he could be top 5 contender at welterweight easily.
Yeah, but there's too many what ifs. Let's just deal with what he's shown us. Like, by the way, I'm not saying he's not a top 10 or like he's an elite level fighter. Of course he is, but we know the level you have to be at to break those top 5, top 3, particularly within that weight class. You know what I mean? So,
I think he can stand his own with those top 5. Definitely. He just needs to probably wait for Ian Gary. But we'll get onto him soon anyway. So
yeah,
and then when you say top 5, to be honest, it's full of killers. Obviously, we've got Leon champion, Kamaru Usman still ranked number 1, Colby Covington, Bilal Muhammad. This is welterweight, by the way. Khamzat, Gilbert Burns, Shafkat number 6. It's killers though.
See what I mean?
It's killers.
It's killers, but I'm sorry, his stand up. I think he can bar Leon. I think his stand-up is up there with probably better than a lot of those. I think.
Sorry, Usman's still there. Why are you separating them like him and Leon? Like there's a huge gap between them.
Because they fought twice, and in terms of stand-up, over the 2 fights, Leon's stand-up was better. You can't deny that.
By a margin, by a small margin, or by clear distance.
By a margin for me to put Leon ahead.
No, he's champion. Let's give him his respect. He's the champ, and sort of rightly so. He's at the top of the tree. I'm saying the level between Usman, we've seen it, and him and Kobe, for example, is close. So I couldn't separate those 3 by like a long way. So that means those top 3 for me are far better than the rest of them. Until proven.
Not really, because those top 3 haven't faced any of the likes of Khamzat, any of the likes of Shafkat. Bilal, I'm still snoozing on Bilal. I'm sorry, Bilal Muhammad. I'm still snoozing on you. Gilbert Burns, they've beaten Gilbert. Well, Usman's beating Gilbert Burns, but
comfortably as well, by the way. Anyways, yeah. So So Kevin Holland, good win. As we say, if he focuses and gets his head down, then maybe. But I don't know, man.
I'm just going to interject quickly. I don't think he fights any of those killers, as in beats any of them. But I think he beats Stephen Thompson, who's 7. He beats Jeff Neal, who's 8. He beats Sean Brady, who's 9. He beats everybody above him up to Shafkat, personally. So that would put him as being a 7th. He's currently ranked, what is he? Kevin Holland, 12th. I'd say, looking at paper, and if they were all to fight, with him not even having to do that much in terms of like Marty's point and get better at wrestling and so on. I think he could be easily ranked number 7. Now, after that, you apply yourself, then we get it gets interesting.
Yeah.
And we know with these high-level fights, it's on the night stuff. It's inches, you know, it's real fine margins. So yeah.
And we're talking about inches at welterweight. He's got loads of inches. That's why I think he needs to stay there.
Exactly.
Yeah, pause on that though, bro.
Pause.
Come on. Come on.
You're dirty.
I
He
like
likes-
it.
he steals. Yo, anyway, we got to move on because that was the past, and now we got to move into the future.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times.
On the fence. I'm on the fence.
We don't need to talk about that.
Left hook from Yaoundé came and landed on him, you know. So